There are two main groups of Xi: the Sayon people from Sayohe, the biggest landmass, but it's more of an umbrella term, and the islanders known as the Xhyii'moku. There were hundreds of thousands of islands in which the Xhyii'moku inhabited, meaning many were different from the others, so many different subcultures were present due to the separation from other islands, but it would take 1,000,000 years to explain each one separately, so we can analyze many of their basic and more universal cultural aspects. The Xhyii'moku had a more isolationist way of life due to their separation from the other islands. This led to the creation of the island whistle, which was a complex working of hollowed-out, dried gourds or fruits, stitched together, and at the end was a telescopic barrel that projected the sound for the distances, which allowed other islands to hear. Water could be added to allow the sound to be more articulated, much like a bird chirp. There were also domesticated messenger birds that allowed scrolls to travel across and above the sea to neighboring islands. Boats of the Xhyii'moku were made from typical materials like wood, canvas, and bamboo-like plants, which allowed travel in between islands during special occasions. Xhyii'moku clothing was minimalist due to the climate, so men would usually wear just a loincloth, but sometimes could wear the additional shawl if needed. Women usually wore a skirt and a top, but could wear either a skirt or a loincloth and could add the optional shawl. Men could wear the skirt too if they so pleased. Special dye for the distinct light blue was made from the flowers that grew on the islands, however they grew deeper inland. The gray dye came from wood ashes. The food eaten by the Xhyii'moku was primarily a rice-like grain, as islands are where it grew the best. Goha grows near the shore in the salty ocean water, which it has adapted to over the millennia, making it much easier to cultivate. Their diet also consisted of tree nuts, which could be grinded into nut flour and turned into bread. Berries, leafy greens, and livestock, primarily birds, are also a part of the Xhyii'moku diet. Starchy tuber-like growths were eaten which came from the lilies that grew near the shore as well. They also ate fish and seaweed. A primary source of water came from the large seeds that dropped from shore trees, much like coconuts. The rest came from simple filtration systems involving 2 sand mounds, clay bottles, and a fire. This filtered out the salt from the ocean water, but it was a lengthy process.